Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the podcast. Today, I want to talk about money patterns and things that I wish someone had told me a little bit earlier in my career. And I'm not talking about billing strategy or becoming a rainmaker or negotiation tactics. Yes, I do all of that, and some of that's housed on this podcast. Some of it's housed at thelawyerlifecollective.com. That's not what we're talking about. I want to speak directly to our internal relationships with money, because here's what I see again and again in high performing attorneys. We are really good at what we do. We have these brilliant legal minds, a really strong work ethic. We go through the grind and do everything we can to achieve this goal of becoming a lawyer. We're very strategic thinkers. And yet, when it comes to adjusting our billing rates or asking for more money, we all have these very similar patterns. And I see a shadow of it in almost every attorney that I work with. We hesitate when it comes to raising our rates. We overwork and self abandon to justify our compensation. Our anxiety increases with income instead of decreasing with the more that we make. And we have a lot of difficulty receiving without over delivering and feel like we have to give a ton just to justify what we're receiving. And these aren't intelligence gaps. What they truly are at their core are identity patterns. Most of us were trained extensively in how to analyze law and cases, structure arguments, and manage risk. But very few of us were taught to examine the emotional and psychological patterns that shape how we earn, charge, receive, and hold money. And baked inside of all of that is our own identity and our worthiness. And I know this sounds crazy, but I have coached hundreds of lawyers from all over the world. And I can tell you with certainty, I have never met anyone who's come in and said, you know what? I'm worth $1,000 an hour. I'm worth a $50,000 raise. I'm worth my $100,000 bonus. No one ever says that. There's always this energy of worry and lack and scarcity. And am I worth it? Are they going to discover that I'm not worth it? And those patterns all sort of bake together to create how we price our services, how we advocate for ourselves, how we navigate partnership, how we relate to our own financial success, and how much stress we carry around income. So this month on my sister podcast, Lady Ish, I'm hosting a 30-day series on money, worth, and what I call shadow patterns. So let me translate this into non-woo-woo language. When I say shadow patterns, what I'm talking about are simply the unconscious beliefs and protective strategies that we developed early in life. Often those patterns are rooted around safety, approval, power, and success. They are these quiet internal narratives that say, I need to work harder to deserve this. If I slow down, I'll lose everything. Wanting more is risky or greedy or selfish. I shouldn't out earn my peers. And all of those narratives play in the background like this unconscious, crappy elevator music that just comes with us everywhere and impacts everything that we do and don't do. And while we might not be consciously aware of them, and even as I say them, there's probably a lot of you thinking, well, I don't ever think that. I promise you, they're in there somewhere. And I love the opportunity to pull them out with you. But what I have seen again and again is that they absolutely show up in your billing habits, your leadership decisions, and your stress levels. On Ladyish, I've released the first 7 days of the 30-day series for free. So if you are at all curious, check it out for free. There is no downside. These episodes are going to walk through how money beliefs are formed, how family and professional culture shape our earning patterns, why income increases can trigger anxiety, and how to begin shifting your internal financial ceiling. If you find that work resonates, the full 30-day series continues inside the premium podcast. But in addition to the Money and Worth series there, the premium space also includes a January identity reset immersion. And this is one that I see occurring with more frequency these days. There's a lot of lawyers out there asking themselves, is this really who I want to be? Why did I choose this path? And why does it feel so misaligned right now? And that 30-day identity reset on the premium podcast is going to walk you through a lot of exercises to help you get clear on who do I want to be and what identities or facets of my identity do I want to let go of that just don't resonate with me anymore. Really, really powerful work. Additionally, the premium space includes a February series on love and relationships because relationship dynamics absolutely impact our leadership and our career decisions. How we do one thing is how we do all things. So if you have no boundaries in your personal relationships, you're probably not doing so hot with boundaries in your professional life either. And this series is going to help you shed some light on that. Additionally, the premium space includes an expanding archive of all of my coaching tools and frameworks that were previously only available to my private clients. So if you've ever wondered what was included in coaching, what are the types of things that I speak to and talk about and teach my clients, you can access it all there on the premium space. It's only $5 a month. And of course, this month we're adding the Money and Shadow series. So if you've ever felt financially successful on paper, but internally unsettled, or if you've ever hit a milestone and immediately raised the bar without allowing yourself a space to kind of bask in your success or be satisfied with yourself, or if you suspect your relationship with money is more emotional than you'd like to admit, I really encourage you to listen. You can find the first 7 days for free on Ladyish. And if you want the full experience, the premium podcast link is there as well. This isn't about manifesting millions of dollars. It's about increasing your capacity to lead, earn, and hold success without constant internal pressure. If that feels relevant to where you are in your career, I will see you over there. The links for all of these things are included in today's show notes as well. And if you have any other questions about this work, all of my coaching is now housed under autumnnoble.com, also linked in the show notes. Thank you so much for listening, my friends. And as always, thanks for sharing with your friends.